What is up, everyone? So the last couple of videos we've been playing with the new Zanky. We called it the Cranky Zanky because the front end was smashed. It looked cranky, and well, it's not smashed anymore. Last video we attached the radiator support. We got it covered in primer just to keep it sealed up, and now today the goal is to reassemble the car and make it look like a whole car again. I'm very excited. This is like the moment it all comes together. So as you guys can see, I have like a bunch of front end pieces laying around. I have 2 sets of fenders. So this is Donnie's extra set. We were trying to figure out which one was cleaner. The original fenders on mine are actually cleaner, but the brackets are pretty messed up. But I'm gonna use Donnie's extra fenders that have good brackets as templates to get these things, well, hopefully squared up enough to get the headlights straight. Somehow these things did survive the accident, and it still blows my mind because the whole front end was stoved in. And then I have a new hood, well, new to the car. So this is actually the hood that came off of this front clip from Tommy. And it's not the cleanest thing in the world, but what amazes me is the fact that it actually is somewhat straight, because usually when front clips get imported, they get so mangled. Like, right, Ant?
They have no care when importing this stuff, so I feel like the only thing they care about is the engine.
They still ask top dollar though.
Oh yeah.
You'll see S14 Silvia fenders in half, and they'll still ask 500 bucks. So here we go. This one's not too bad. Luckily it's white, so it hides a lot of imperfections. Got its dents, its dings and whatnot, but it is clean enough to get the car together, and the color is close enough. It's a little more yellow, but there is some chips and stuff. But look it, you guys don't see it on camera, and I guess that's half the battle, right? So this was a major component. I'm very happy we have it. And then for the front bumper, this is DJ's old front bumper. He went Navin, which I would love to get a Navin front bumper, but I can't find one. So if anyone has a Navin front bumper they would sell me for a reasonable price, I'm willing to pay retail, but I don't want to be taxed. Let me know, because the Navin front bumper is definitely the move. But shout out to DJ for getting me together in the meantime. So we got everything here. Very fortunate. So before we get into it, there's a couple things we gotta do. I already kind of tucked the harness in place. Now the first thing we gotta do before we can throw the fenders on is we actually have to deal with this. So we talked about this earlier in one of the other videos. On S chassis, this is usually mounted right here. Now what happens is when you lower the car, your wheel will rub through this harness, and it causes a large number of electrical gremlins. It's like the S chassis curse. Rubbing through this harness and having to tuck it up is like your first rite of passage on an S chassis. So we're gonna deal with it now before it's an issue. So really all we have to do is get this thing to just sit up above here, right? So the biggest issue right now is hitting the metal right here, right? So if it sits there for a long time, it'll rub through, pierce the wires, and literally do what we were trying to avoid. So we actually have to kind of flatten this area. There's 2 ways of doing it. You can either smash it or you can cut it. I see both equally amount, right?
I cut mine.
You cut yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just gives you more room.
You can cut it, bend it, and you're good to go. I'm gonna try and bend it and not cut it. We're almost there, just a little bit more. I know it feels kind of wrong, right?
It's even worse when you cut it.
It's even worse when you cut it. But you know what? Life's about sacrifices. This is just a small one. Cool, look at that, boom. And look who's on his lunch break. Just in time, Bri.
I don't have the thing. Well, I got a cold. I'm dying. I like to think I'm a pretty tough guy, but if I have a cold, not tough.
You want some tea and some soup, Bri?
Got some tea in the truck. I just want my head rubbed and my back rubbed.
Rub the man's back.
You need the chicken bones. You know, boil up the bones. Get the good. Yeah.
What are we talking about?
All right, give me a hammer.
These things were pretty smashing. I gave them a rough pull.
Jimmy tricked me. I walked in the shop. I said, "Damn, this kid learned how to use a hammer and dolly pretty good." Fucking.
I had you so proud for like 3 seconds.
I'm so proud.
So I did a rough pull on these because these were like over here. So Brian's gonna give them a quick whack. All this does is mount the side of the headlight to it, and then this bolts to the chassis. So, all right, so to attach this out of the way, there's a bunch of different methods, but the easy way is to just zip tie it up. We're gonna utilize that hole and this hole. We're gonna drill a hole next to it and run a zip tie through it. Sound good? Good. And I do feel guilty doing this. We're gonna do a little rust prevention, get some of the E-coat. We're just gonna put it where we drilled. Right there, look at that. Seal up the bare metal. Our hole's drilled, zip ties in. I put some edge guard on here, right? So we don't gotta worry about that rubbing through.
Nice.
Now we're gonna take this and we're just gonna shove it up and above as tight as we can. Look at that.
Gorgeous.
Come on, what is that?
I was trying to get a full shot of what was going on.
There we go. OEM fresh. Kind of.
Wow.
So the fenders aren't done just yet. Brian has a little bit more to do on one of the fenders, so we're gonna wait till he gets out of work to put the front end on, but we gotta get all of this back together. Threw the clutch fan back on. We still gotta find a new shroud. I couldn't find one there on back order right now. Tommy probably has one, so I'm gonna wait until I go up there. I got a new radiator, of course, because ours was smushed. I got a Koyo. Best way to do it. And we are a dealer. They are on the website if anyone wants one. Hint, hint. Shop Jimmy. Check it out. Nothing beats a fresh radiator, dude. So drain tight, sometimes they're not tight.
Yeah, they're never tight. None of the fins are bent.
It's so nice.
None of that.
Dude, Koyos are like, I think they're only like $20 or $30 more than a Mishi. Spend the money, all right? It's
Well
definitely
worth
worth it. Well worth it.
You don't want your Mishi coming in all smushed like mine.
Love that. Oh, that looks so good. Got the factory overflow. Honestly, I really like how sleek the factory overflow is. I think they did a really good job like tucking it. So I feel like the car deserves something fancier than ISR hoses, but I had these laying around, so obviously I'm gonna use them. We got this big ass thing right here. It would look a lot nicer if the fan shroud was on. One of these, and then one of these. Look at that. Not too shabby. It all fits now. Before it was all
Smushed in.
Last time we saw it, this pipe was basically touching this, so I think we're doing pretty good so far. And to bring it all together, a little cold air intake. Love to see it. No longer smushed. Donnie!
I work.
Just waking up?
Seen you yawn a few times.
I didn't yawn one. Don't touch that. Give me that.
I'm excited, dude. I've only heard this thing run for like 30 seconds.
Nothing to write home about.
An NASR, dude?
Yeah.
No, it makes so much power.
Ain't nothing to write home about.
They are nice to drive though.
Oh yeah.
It sounds so good. It's a car. Everyone's all do ITPs, do high compression, do all this. Honestly, that'd be really dope, but it would be hard.
Work.
It would be hard to convince myself to spend that much money to make an extra 25 horsepower. But it does sound sick, and it's really fun to drive.
SR good.
SR good. All right, so she's been maintaining operating time for like 20 minutes now. Everything seems great. It's a super healthy engine. The whole car is just so nice. This is, I'm so grateful I got this thing. So this is good to go. So the next piece of the puzzle is actually getting the body panels on. Now we can't get the fenders on just yet because we need Brian to finish straightening out this one, and we got to put some paint on this. There's a little bit of bare metal for whacking with a hammer. But we could do the hood, get the lights ready, and we actually have a new rebar for this thing. This thing has no business sounding this good though. What?
Easy.
You knew it was coming.
I ain't never bounced mine off.
I don't think I've ever heard an NASR limiter like that. It sounds a lot faster than it is, but hey, whatever. That's fun.
When are we racing them?
You want to race?
Yeah,
That'd be so
yeah.
funny. I'm down.
We're doing it.
That'll be a true driver test.
Let's get it.
Who do you guys have your money on, me or Donnie? Same exact setup.
I have no air filter. Yeah, Jimmy has a cat, so James is driving, kinda better driver.
All right, well, let me know in the comments who do you think's gonna win.
Yeah, aftermarket radiator you have.
That's gonna make me take the cake.
Better cooling.
So instead of this versus that, we're doing this
This
versus that.
Let's get it.
So this thing came with no factory rebar, and this is the one from the Kooky. So we're gonna use this in the meantime. A Koki. Or a Koki.
These are the same?
I think they're the same. Could be wrong. I think they work. We need the bumper guide, bumper retainer, whatever you call it, for the Zanky. It bolts onto here and helps like keep the bumper in place.
It's also like the mount for the bumper.
Yeah. Guide, mount, retainer, same. But even without the retainer, which I can't find right now, if anyone has one local, let me know. It still like holds the bumper up kind of fine. So it's a little tweaked. I don't know what happened with the Koki, but something did happen with this thing. But it should line up fine. That's the rebar, this is the retainer, right? This is supposed to mount like right here, and it holds. I mean, it's so bent. This was the original one. As you could see, it's tweaked pretty bad.
So what would happen to the car if that was on there?
When it got hit?
Yeah, when it got hit.
I don't know, dude. It probably would have just had like a scuffed bumper.
Scuffed
like, the car
bumper,
was not
that's
hit
it.
hard. This makes me feel so much safer driving the car with this thing bolted up. All right, don't stab the windshield, all right?
Ho 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 ho. It may look like I'm shaking with the camera, but Ant's shaking holding the hood up.
Of course, like the biggest body panel on the car is gonna be a different color. It's not too much different. It's just a lot more yellow.
Well, cream's a better way
Cream,
to put
yeah.
it. It's cream,
Yeah.
yeah.
It feels good, all right? It feels good. Looks straight. You can't tell yet that it's different color, but.
Ant's inspecting. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. There's a hood on it. Where are you putting the hood pins?
Dude,
like?
it's so much creamier than the rest of the car. All right, so check this out, right? Pretty clean headlights, there's some yellowing in it, not too bad, right? So I don't know if this is like a hack technique or not, but it works. I've always done it, and it's always worked really, really well. Usually you gotta wet sand and then polish the headlights, right? If they're really bad, you still have to. But if you want like a quick cheat code to get you good for a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, we showed it before. Mother's wheel polish. I don't know, it just works. I tried it as a joke once and it hits. Get a good look at it, right? A lot of yellow in there. Not too bad though.
Not terrible.
Not terrible. Get it on there. You could usually buff it by hand. It just takes a little bit longer. I feel like such like a New Jersey used car salesman doing this stuff. But if it works, right? Yeah, Matilda's dad real quick. Obviously when you do this, there's no more UV protection on the headlights, right? So they'll probably yellow up pretty quickly, but you can always re-clear them. We take our foam ball right here. Save us a little bit of time. Have one of your homeboys hold it for you. Not too bad, right? Quick little buff job.
Not too shabby.
Not even a buff job, polish job.
Polish job.
Polish job. It feels kind of sus, but
We'll see.
the results show for themselves. You know whose car has glass headlights?
Yep.
Rudnick. Rudnick's S14 has glass headlights. He didn't even know.
You don't even care.
He don't even care.
He don't care.
Rudnick, I'm coming for your headlights. Game plan is to perform a heist when he's not looking, switch him
Yep.
out. I'll have Tommy distract
We'll
him.
throw him a couple bucks.
He'll never know. No one tell Rudnick. Shh. Bri! Did you hit your finger?
Yeah, stop.
That was the most delayed reaction.
That'll be good.
How you doing, buddy?
Terrible.
I'll go buy you some chicken noodle soup.
Dude, I need some chicken noodle soup.
Sammy, what do you think?
It's nice.
It is nice.
I can't wait to see a bumper on it.
Yeah, me too.
Show Donnie up real quick.
No. He's got an avid front bumper.
Oh, yeah.
And I have DJ's old front bumper, so.
Oh, it's just gonna look like DJ.
A little bit.
So what wheels are going on this?
You already know.
I do?
Yeah.
Come on. No, I don't.
Is it a secret?
No.
How many spokes?
So many wax, I'm like, is that even doing anything?
Yeah, so like if you use this part of the hammer, you can hit it pretty hard, and you're not going to do much damage unless you really hit the edge. If you use this part and you hit it like with any sort of force, it's gonna leave a little nick mark. It'll be like impossible to get rid of. So I always do many very gentle taps with the sharp end, so it doesn't fuck it up.
And it doesn't look like you whacked it with a hammer 30 times, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, in here you can start to see, but that's
Not like that Super we saw.
exactly.
Slide her in. Love that.
Bing bang boom. All right, I did a thing.
Love to see it.
Beautiful.
We're gonna take these off, get some paint on here so there's no bare metal, and we'll be good to go. So the paint previously wasn't prepped well, so it flakes off real easily, so we gotta get this off first, so lightly, all right, buddy? Lightly.
How soon until he skirts across the whole fender? He's just gonna skirt across the whole fender.
Yeah, that's why I taped
I'm
it
just
up.
nervous that it's gonna fall off this.
You should
Gentle.
be. I'll hold it.
All right.
Gentle.
It's actually working pretty good.
Oh, this one's pretty close, dude. Your
Yeah, I was tugging it around.
good old B-Hall tug. Best in the game.
Oh wow.
Make that a
Not
t-shirt.
going the way I wanted it to. And watch your mouth.
Right, he keeps fucking with the body.
Hey, DJ, leave him alone. With your
got a
stupid
whole
fucking bleach
fender.
shorts. How come every day your shorts keep getting shorter? What's going on?
Let the man wear short shorts, all right?
I didn't say you could. Alright, turn it on me. I'm the bad guy.
Donnie got some hair bleach on his shorts.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
Why are you tilting it?
You're not done.
Dan said we're done.
You're not done.
There's no way you could be done.
He said we're done.
Hold it firm up
He
here.
might have said you're dumb.
Having a good time?
Nah, this is the worst thing you can possibly sand.
There you go.
This sucks.
Seal it up.
Protect it.
We'll paint these up once we paint the bay. Perfect.
Donald. Oh my god.
What are you running over in there? What are you? What are you doing?
What? See what you guys are doing. What are you guys doing?
Don't worry about it. You gonna do it?
Do some body man magic. Damn, that looks good. Oh wait, I forgot something.
That is so nice to see. I told you the hood was a little bit creamier, but like,
Yeah, it had an extra coat of pearl.
but it is crazy to finally see this car like as not a crunched unit. I'm trying to think of I always just say it looks like a car. That sounds dumb, but like, wow.
Collision victim.
A collision victim, yeah. We still gotta fix the hood gap and stuff like that. We kind of just quickly threw them in, but that is so refreshing to see it. It really feels like I own S14 Sankey Silvia now.
I mean, I'm pretty happy with, you know, the headlights line up the way they're supposed to.
There's a little bit of finessing we gotta do still, but this is the first mock-up, so this will basically tell us everything now.
Hook James with my old bumper.
Oh.
La Familia.
That's-
You got my old block. Jimmy got my old bumper. Tomato.
Yo, somebody asked in the last video why the bottom of this is painted black. This is why.
Yeah.
See how you can see the white through there really easily?
Kinda looks good.
I mean, obviously there's no grill, so, but that's why it's painted black, so you can't see all that.
I have the ambers. I'm James. If you want them too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be great. Okay, so a kooky rebar fits on a Zenki.
Just fine.
Just fine.
Just a little finagling.
All right, so we have the front end panels of 3 different cars. The fender's original to it, the front bumper's Donnie's, and the hood is from Tommy's front.
So, believe it or not, well, the camera, you can't really see exactly what your eye's seeing.
Yeah.
But the bumper and the fenders is not far off.
Yeah,
It's
DJ's
that
car.
hood.
DJ's car is definitely brighter than mine. You know why? Because both our cars were probably resprayed in the last 5 years.
Yep.
So
It's right here.
yeah.
A little creamier.
I don't know. Maybe if we. So DJ's car was really creamy, and then he polished half of it,
And it was very white.
and it was very white. So maybe if we polished the hood
correctly. Cut.
correctly,
I doubt it. This
Yeah?
thing looks really pearly.
buff half the pearl out of it.
Yeah.
Can't do that. It's clear over the top.
Wet sand it. Clear coat it.
If you get real close to it, like right there, the match looks perfect.
Everything's great.
Then you get real far away, and you're like, that thing is a creamsicle.
Easy.
Fucked it. DJ, you sold him a damaged bumper.
Sell it to him. I gave it to him. Idiot.
Cut him a break.
Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. All right, so the front end is on. It's still on kind of rough, so it doesn't fit perfect. We got to fix all the gaps and stuff. I mean, there's not even a hood latch on the thing. And the front bumper needs to move over. Might have to trim the rebar. All right, but it's there. It is a whole car. And it feels good. It feels like I actually finally have a real S14 Silvia. It's cool. I'm very, very hyped about it. Now, the grill is just kind of thrown in there because this is also held on by the bumper retainer, which is not in the car, obviously. So this thing is just like, but we're getting there. One piece at a time, and it's good to see. The hood doesn't match like at all, but the plan is to get the front end actually repainted eventually. It won't be too bad since the rest of the car is so clean. Once we lower the car, your eyes will kind of stray away from it. I feel like once you lower a car, you just don't notice the dumb stuff like that as much. Whatever, I'm gonna stop talking, but it looks good. I am super happy. Not bad for a couple days. It is straight again. It is a car. So now it's time to do a couple mods, make it look a little bit cooler, and just enjoy it for the next like 2 months before it turns into winter. I don't know what else to say other than I'm just very happy, and it's really cool to see it like this. I would consider this car officially saved. So with that, we're gonna end it. So you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content, and we'll see you guys very shortly.